Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your June 2026 tarot card reading. We're going to get started with an oracle card to see what the last 3 weeks or the next 3 weeks of this June has in store for you. Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. Super cool for you because boy, oh boy, you do have the power. You have Uranus recently moving into your sign, proclaiming you're about to be reinvented and you're about to reclaim your power. So I love that this Panther spirit showed up. And a Panther spirit, all big cats, are certainly bold. And Gemini, you have the duality. You can be subdued and you can be shy and a little withdrawn, but you also can be, the life of the party, the vivacious person. So, don't shrink. Be bold up front. This is your month. This is your season. The sun is in your sign. You're going to have a new moon in your sign. You're going to have Mars, and you've got a lot of planet power in your court, rooting you on, helping you reclaim your power. So let's see if we can get some additional guidance here and some messages from our prepared tarot. I'll take it. All right, a little bit of conflict, but you're not afraid of it. 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. I see why now this oracle came out for you, right? 10 of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Strength card. Page of Swords, and the Page of Wands. Oh, I love this for you. I do. So, just checking the alignment here. We know that, we know a few things. We know that the 5 of Wands represents a little bit of a struggle, a little bit of conflict, not being on the same page, and certainly not getting cooperative energy, which of course you deserve. But that's okay, because we know that, it's not going to be just a clear path. You're going to have to put some effort there. And you will be able to persuade some people to see it your way, or some of these people will move on that aren't meant to stay in the circle. I love that the Wands showed up, the 5 of Wands, because it's a very passionate, very fiery, but a lot of action. And I did say that Mars is going to be in your sign as well. So, maybe we can talk about that. So, and it's going to stay until August. So at the end of June, Mars is going to come in and give you an energy boost, right? Because I think part of this message, reclaim your power, it's also to maintain it. As I said earlier, you have this duality about you, and sometimes you'll retreat or not necessarily be shy, but need some time to just regroup and not really want to be out there. You're either the social butterfly or the quiet, contemplative, sensitive and thoughtful individual. And I think this is you. Doesn't that describe the Queen of Cups? It does. The Queen of Cups is unassuming. She's not the biggest threat in the queendom. You've got, first of all, the Queen of Swords, and nobody messes with the Queen of Swords. She means what she says what she means. She represents communication, and she can persuade people and maybe even coerce, if I can use that word, people with her communication style. So, negotiations and getting things her way, comes a little easier. And of course, the Queen of Pentacles has some money to back her up and some, material things to help her get to her agenda. And then, of course, the Queen of Wands, which is just the mistress of manifestation. So, everybody kind of looks at those queens, and I think that the Queen of Cups is underestimated. And I've said it before, she has, the largest trophy in the group. And because people misunderstand her and she's misrepresented, they don't take her as a threat. And I think you are the silent threat. And now I'm not saying you're a threatening person. I'm saying that people who are fighting you here know that you hold some magic. They're the Queen of Cups. They know that you have charm and grace, Queen of Cups. They know that you're smart and patient, Queen of Cups, you know? And there's some grace, right, in this Queen. And so, you know, they're going to struggle with you a little bit because they know that you do have these qualities within you. Now, I do like the Five of Pentacles showing up because it does show me that some people that are no longer on your level. And it sounds cold, but it's the reality of your situation. You've had perhaps some friends or colleagues that have been in your circle and really not contributing, right, equally to the group, to you, to whatever. And maybe it's come time for them to move on. Maybe it's time for you to make some room, you know, to make some choices so that you can open yourself up to new people. Page here, page here, page here. Three people, 3 meetings, 3 introductions, loving it so much. And the 10 of Cups, which is, of course, a very fulfilling life where everything's running smoothly. Your job, your family, your home, your friends, your health, things are just clipping along. And, you know, you got to make that choice, though, and say, this is what I want. You know, be the manifester, be the Queen of Wands, you know, from the Queen of Cups position, because you can make a change in your life when you make a different decision, you know, change your mind, change your life type of thing. So something with your path and it's a choice too. You're getting an option here, which, by the way, is a beautiful thing. We all love options in life because we feel like we have choices and we're not stuck somewhere. Now, so I talked about the new moon in your sign too, and that's coming June 14th. And new moons are new starts. Again, you have 3 pages down here. And this is the period where you're really kicking off your reinvention tour, right? You're going to experience this with Uranus for the next 7 years. And this moon is going to give you an extra boost into what that's going to look at and look like. And I think that's where this reclaiming your power is coming from. Don't let this Panther spirit kind of frighten you. You know, when things sound too good to be true, or things line up, or you feel like you've just been so lucky and you're happy, but then you're a little nervous looking over your shoulder waiting for a shoe to drop. Don't do that. Don't do that. Be open, be grateful, and take back your power, because it is power. It's the power of suggestion, the power of hard work, the power of faith, the power of manifestation, the power of you. And the Strength card shows, telling you to have faith in yourself, because that's really what it's about. Courage, inner faith. That's what makes us strong. It takes, you know, strength on its own is, you know, somebody, you know, pretending to have all the answers and try to be the smartest person in the room, and you watch the dynamics and you watch people around them react to that, and you think, well, you know, they have the power, they have the strength. That's not true. You know, strength is quiet. Strength is stealth. Strength is graceful. Strength is you. So hold on to this power. It is yours. Now, Mars is coming in too. And I did say it's going to give you an energy boost, and boy, will it, because Mars is ready to go. And you love that. I mean, you get along with Mars. You are an air sign, and Mars is fire, and you can feed off of each other very easily. So, you know, go ahead and kind of let the energy carry you away. Get excited, you know, get optimistic. All of these, right? It's part of the process of reclaiming your power and believing in it, having the faith. And at the end of the month, which I love for you, is you're going to have Jupiter come in, like we all are. And that's kind of big news, because Jupiter moving is a big planet. And so when he moves, we all listen. And he's rolling into Leo for you, which is your 3rd house of communications. What's your sign? air sign. Who's your ruler? Mercury. You see what I'm saying? Things are lining up for you because Mercury is your ruler. You get a little extra power. You know, it's communications, it's local community, it's connections. It's not just about who you connect with, but how. That's going to make the difference in your world. And listen, this is going to be a fun and fortunate social season for you because collaboration, friends are going to be around, and this is just spontaneous action, which is what you thrive on, Gemini. So I guess my message is just be you and accept the power, the grace, you know, the excitement that you always have coming into a room, and just watch the magic unfold. I think you're going to have a really good month. All right, let's get one more here before we close this reading. Rejoice in celebration. There you go. This is Three of Cups energy. This is you in your circle of friends and loved ones celebrating, having fun, having a joyous occasion, you know, celebrating. This is where you gain your power. This is where you gain your strength. This is where you gain your magic. Hope it resonated. If it did, please like and subscribe. Wishing you all balance, peace, and harmony. Take care.